Hello everybody, thanks for coming back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Riley. You may know me as Honey Rags. I'm a full-time reseller. I'm gonna cut to the chase with this video. I know that this is a controversial subject for some resellers. They take it personally, they get frustrated with it. There's probably going to be a little accumulation of dislikes on this video that kind of just snowball. Like I said, people just get kind of frustrated, and I know that there are some selfish people out there. I'm just kidding, but there are going to be some people who disagree with me, and that's okay. The main question, obviously, is in the title: is Goodwill catching on? And I don't just mean Goodwill, I mean thrift stores in general. And by catching on, I mean, are they catching on to the fact that some of these brands that these resellers like me bring up on our videos and on our Instagrams that we sourced at Goodwill and sold for a profit? Are thrift stores catching on to this and pricing things higher, or possibly sending their items to an auction like Goodwill does the online auctions, some Goodwills? That's the main question here. And before I start, I want to tell you guys, I don't know if you knew this, but Goodwill Industries is ran by region pretty independently. So they all operate under the name Goodwill, but they are ran by region. So some regions have like a flat price, like $2.99 for short sleeve shirts, $3.99 for long sleeve shirts, and anything that is like designer, high-end, or luxury will get sent to shopgoodwill.com. I think it's shopgoodwill.com, but I could be wrong, which is basically Goodwill's online auction. There's also something called Goodwill boutiques. I don't have any of those around me, but some people do. And then some Goodwills just price based on what they think the item is worth. You know, if it's new with tags, if it's a hot ticket item, stuff like that. So I just want to put that out there before I start as well. I have seen a few people I watch other reseller YouTube channels, and I see other people's hauls and what's sold. Sometimes I'll see the comments, someone gets snobby because they're mad, I guess, frustrated with the fact that somebody is putting this information out there. Like, why would you put this information out there? For one, there's going to be more competition because other resellers are going to see it and they're going to know what to look for, so there's going to be more competition. And two, Goodwill's going to see it and they're going to start raising their prices on these items because they know that they can do that. They can make more of a profit off of these brands because you are opening your big mouth. I've had my share of those comments as well. So what I have to say in regards to creating competition, there's enough to go around, okay? Most normal people, even people watching the videos, aren't going to dedicate 2 hours a day shopping through Goodwill clothing racks and another hour a day photographing and measuring these items and then shipping them out. Most people just aren't going to do that. And if they do, there is enough to go around. That's all I'm even going to say on that, because it blows my mind that some people get so mad, like, why are you giving people tips? You're just creating more competition. Like, there's enough to go around in regards to Goodwill catching on. I have a lot to say about it, actually. First of all, it is not like this top secret classified information among us resellers, okay? If Goodwill really wants their employees to be aware of every single brand that is worth more of a profit than what they price it for, do you think that Goodwill is going to sit their employees in front of a monitor and make them watch hours worth of YouTube videos when they probably won't remember half of the brands? Because I don't think you realize how much inventory Goodwill gets. They don't just get clothes. They don't just get name brand clothes. They get everything, and they get a lot of it on a huge scale. If you have never been to the Goodwill bins, Google the Goodwill bins. If Goodwill really wants to teach their employees, I don't think, this is just my judgment, use your own personal judgment, I don't think they're gonna sit them in front of a video, a screen, and tell them to watch these 20-minute long haul videos over and over and over again. What they can do is, which they've always been able to do since the internet was a thing, is say, go to eBay, go to what sold, women's category, filter it down to clothing, filter it down to $25 plus, and see what sold for $25 plus. That's easier than making a video, right? Scrolling through a list of brands sold for $25 plus. So unless you are selling used clothing door to door, you're no more to blame than these people making videos on it because it's on the internet. There's sources. I mean, it just blows my mind that some people think, like, they really think that this is like some top secret classified information. Here's the thing with the Goodwills around me. I'm speaking for the ones around me. Their goal, they get so much stuff, they have to move it quickly. I'm talking weekly. It gets purged. That's why they do the tag sales, at least by my Goodwill. They do the tag sales. Once something has sat through the tag sale and doesn't sell, it goes to the outlet. Now they do that on a weekly basis. If Goodwill starts marking things even higher than, you know, what they're at, they're gonna start moving inventory more slowly. And that is not a good business decision. Most of the brands that are in high demand that most people know about are going to be marked up with or without the reseller community. Coach, Patagonia, North Face, Ugg boots, stuff like this will be marked up regardless because there is a demand. I also want to talk about your location and the demand in your location. So around me, Lululemon, it's not a huge thing. You know, I live in Michigan. Our big thing is like, you know, Patagonia and outdoorsy, outerwear, that kind of stuff. So Lululemon is not an extremely high demand here. So my Goodwill's not gonna price it at $20 a sweater. If you're somewhere where Lululemon is in high demand, your Goodwill's gonna know about Lululemon. The Goodwill employees are gonna know that that's a good brand, whether I do these videos or not, whether people do these videos or not, whether you resell or not, whatever. I don't just want to talk about videos. I'm really trying to talk about, like, in general, them catching on because of resellers. Okay, I'm gonna take a little coffee break. My mouth is getting dry. Normally in my videos, I'm not like a huge, I mean, I talk a lot, that's why I do the videos, but I'm really like on a roll with this one. I think this way of thinking will help a lot of people who kind of have that anxiety, that fear, because yeah, having your own business, being your own boss is scary because at any time Goodwill could decide to mark up all of their prices, and you know, the garage sales could slow down, the estate sales could slow down, sourcing could become nearly impossible, and I would basically lose my job. So I think that anxiety hangs over a lot of us. I'm really lucky that I'm able to resell, and I'm really grateful for the brands that I do find that I resell. That's something I want to talk about because that's important. The brands. The majority of what I sell are bread and butter brands like Bowden, Tommy Bahama, Banana Republic. I think Goodwill employees are aware of the fact that if they price a Tommy Bahama top at $8.99, it will probably sit there. So just think about it that way too. A lot of what I sell are bread and butter brands anyway. I'll use a little bit of a better analogy for you guys. When places sell wholesale, it is not their job to present this item to the customer and distribute them to customers. I am the distributor. Goodwill is the source. Just think of a farmer, okay? If that wasn't enough of an analogy, just think of a farmer selling radishes. He could sell, you know, a good amount of radishes at the farmer's market and make 100% of his profit, but he won't sell that much. Or he could sell in mass quantities to a grocery store and get a profit from that, and also be completely okay with the fact that the grocery store is making a profit off of those radishes. He's selling more, he's selling higher quantities, and he doesn't have to go out and do the work of setting up a farmer's market table, okay? Goodwill isn't curating this selection and taking pretty photographs of it and measuring the items and keeping on top of what's trendy and sending them off to the customer. That is the reseller job, okay? So my direct answer to that question is Goodwill catching on. They have been caught on. They've been caught on. They know that there are going to be some people who make profits off of their items, whether the internet existed or not. They have been caught on. My clothing reselling strategy has changed so many times. You know, as a reseller, you're constantly going to have to adjust and adapt, and that's just part of the game. If there does come a day where it's unrealistic for me to shop at a thrift store because they've overpriced everything, which I don't see that happening anytime soon, but say it does, I adjust, I adapt. I'll start, you know, going to every garage sale out there. I'll start being a regular at estate sales. I'll start looking and buying bulk. I'll just move on. So you just have to be confident in your business to do this. You have to be confident as a reseller. Don't let your anxieties get to you. It's gonna be okay. There's enough to go around. There's enough out there for everybody. And that's really all I have to say. That's all I have left to say, at least, because I've been blabbling my mouth for like the past 15 minutes about this subject. So I'm sure there are a couple of things that I left out that I also wanted to use as an example, but I will let you guys go. As always, if you don't follow me on Instagram, my name is honey.rags on Instagram, and from there is a link tree to all of the platforms that I sell on. I also am going to do a what sold video later today with you guys, I think. So don't count on it, but I do want to do a what sold video. So as always, happy selling.